Howdy YouTube, ZIpdisk here. Today I'm doing, this is my second review of the day. My first review is on a very small figure, Scout Class Cybertron, Lugnuts. Today is going to be a review, this second video is going to be a review on a very big figure. This is probably one of my favorite figures in my entire collection. I don't have him complete, but I do have him in working order. This would be... People who've seen some of my older videos saw me unbox this guy. I'm finally getting around to reviewing him. This would be the superlative, the wonderful Generation 1 Trypticon. Here we have him in his base mode, which is very nice. Oops, I messed up one little bit on his base mode. Gotta flip this panel out, which is very stiff. Missing some of his stickers, got some playware, but I don't care about that. I care that I have a Trypticon. Woohoo! I mean, this, in my opinion, is one of the finest of the Decepticon base formers. I mean, yeah, Scorponok is awesome. Don't get me wrong. I don't have a Scorponok, though. And Scorponok doesn't transform into a giant dinosaur made of gray, purple, and teal. This is, in my opinion, one of my favorite G1 Decepticons. I mean, look at this base. He's got helipads. Look at those helipads right there. He's got big guns on the front. He's got a little guy right here. Who you detach him? A little car right here. He turns into a robot too. You detach him, you let him go. That's cool. And a great big Decepticon symbol right there. That is one of my favorite design logos in the history of anything, is the Decepticon, the original G1 Decepticon logo. It's wonderful. I'm thinking of getting a tattoo of it, for crying out loud. But this is the awesome Trypticon in base mode. Let me show you his secondary attack mode. And to do that, you just flip these bits in. Flip these guns forward, like so. Close up those helipads. Close this bit right here, nice and solid, and then trying to get the legs into the right position, because it requires you to put the legs in a certain position to do this next mode. Just a second. I'm having a little trouble with Trypticon. He's not doing what I want him to do. But here we go. And this is Trypticon in his assault platform mode. Which is, you know, your standard third mode for a G1 base former. You can move him along the ground. He's got little wheels on the bottom. You push these guns forward. And he's got assault cannons. Now, one thing I really love about this figure is this right here. This whole assembly right here looks almost like a dinosaur head. So it looks like he's got another head right there for when he's in this mode. So he's kind of a rolling across the ground or flying assault base. And I actually really like this mode. A lot of these third modes I'm not so fond of. But this one I think actually works. I mean, it kind of looks like a dinosaur-themed Star Cruiser. And that makes me happy, because I like dinosaurs. But I love this teal color. It's so beautiful. And this purple up here. And this color scheme just says Decepticon. Plain and simple. This guy is a Decepticon, and you know it. Anyway, before we get to his robot mode, let's do a little bit of BG about this guy. Enormous in both size and power, Trypticon is an unstoppable engine of destruction. This might please him greatly, were he not bored by the entire prospect. He cares little for his role as the ultimate Decepticon weapon, and finds war to be a waste of effort. He doesn't like his comrades, he absolutely hates the Autobots, and, though he hides it, well, he loathes himself most of all. Trypticon transforms to a massive artillery platform that can devastate Autobot forces, who often must resort to trickery to defeat him. The only Autobot who can go toe-to-toe with him is Metroplex! And there is a great rivalry between the two cities. Hey, it was the best of Times it was the worst of times. A tale of two transforming cities. Anyway, here he is, and this is the last time you're going to see him in this mode, because we're about to turn him into his absolutely fantastic robot mode. Flip these guns up, flip them in like that, twist this whole assembly around, flip this up in there, take this, slap it together, take these, take these little stays and put them down, and you have got Trypticon. He has a, let's push this gun in, this is Trypticon in his standard mode, and we'll take his little guy here. I'm trying to remember what this guy's name is. I think it's either Fast Track or no, it's not Scamper or Fast Track, those are Autobots. Let me see, what is this little guy's name? He is Full Tilt! Sorry, this is Full Tilt. Let me show you Full Tilt's transformation real quick while I'm on him. It's a real simple one. You take this, you flip it down, flip these arms up. There you go. That's Full Tilt. He's not a bad little guy. I like him. I wish I had his weapon, but beggars can't be choosers, and I got this guy for a really good price off of eBay. Really good price, especially considering that he still works. For example, let me find, where did I put his switch? Oops. If I had him down on the ground, he would be walking right now. That is awesome. I mean, just look at this guy. Amazing looking figure. One of the best G1s, in my opinion. Because I really love dinosaur formers. And as far as I'm concerned, this guy is the biggest there ever was. Well, with the possible exception of Masterpiece Grimlock, who I think is actually about the same size. Which means I gotta get one just so I can have Masterpiece Grimlock and Trypticon next to each other. Okay, he also has a battle mode, more or less, where you open up his mouth. There's a blaster in there, so you can see that. You open up this bit, and this comes out. And you flip his cannons forward, and you've got one well-armed dinosaur guy. Now, he has one other thing I wanted to point out. That's, he still has his rub symbol on the side. Let's see if we can get a bit of Decepticon rum symbol action in this dying light here. Just a tiny bit. You can see it there. Yep, he's a Decepticon, as if you couldn't tell or didn't know. I was so thrilled the day I got this guy, I couldn't believe it. I'm still playing with him for now. I've got a big display set up behind my computer right now of all my G1 Decepticons, and I usually have him kind of in base mode with all the smaller ones crawling all over him, like my double target masters and whatnot. But I gotta say, I love the color scheme. I love the guy. I'm actually getting that that wired laser mouse that Takara's coming out with later, just because it's Trypticon. I've got it on pre-order. I'll probably do a review of that when I get it, just for the fun of it, because it's a Trypticon. It's a transforming laser mouse Trypticon, and you just cannot go wrong with Trypticon. I really want to get his Beast Wars 2 incarnation of Gigastorm as well, because I like that horn on the front. Saw him in a review by I Love Mess, and that guy looks great. And also, he doesn't come with all the pieces I'm missing on this guy, so technically they'd be just as covered in stuff as each other. And I really like the paint scheme on Gigastorm a lot. It's a lot more detailed than the paint scheme on this guy. And yeah, this guy's missing a lot of stickers, so he looks a little bit plain. But I'm going to repro label him up eventually. So anyway, this is ZIpdisk, and this is the mighty Trypticon. Fear the Trypticon! Fear!